We've been taught that a kiss is an act of passion, a collision of lips. But what if the most powerful kiss, the one that truly melts a man, the one he never forgets, has almost nothing to do with his lips at all? What if it's an act of translation? A way of speaking a silent language that every man yearns to hear, but almost no one knows how to speak. You see, every man lives behind a kind of armor. It's the wall of "I'm fine, I've got this, I'm not tired." It's the shield he's been trained to carry since he was a boy, forged from a world that told him his value was in his strength, not his softness. But behind that armor, there is a profound, unspoken exhaustion, a quiet cellular-level longing, not to be wanted but to be known, not to conquer but to finally surrender. To find a single, safe place where he can exhale a breath he's been holding for a decade. The psychologist Carl Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." A kiss, a conscious touch, is that chemical reaction. It's not just skin meeting skin, it's the unconscious mind reaching out to the unconscious mind. And it is the only way to bypass the armor and speak directly to the man inside. We are not talking about technique, we are talking about energy, we are talking about presence. We are exploring 3 hidden gateways on his body. 3 places where a single, aware touch can dismantle the wall, quiet the constant noise in his head, and unlock a level of emotional trust so deep it borders on the sacred. Stay with me. Because by the end of this, you won't just understand where to touch him. You will understand why it gives him the one thing he has been silently starving for. Permission. If this journey is one you feel called to take, I warmly invite you to like this video and subscribe. Your presence here supports our shared exploration. Now let's begin, not with passion but with psychology. 1. The sentry at the gate. First, we must quiet the guard. The mind is a fortress, and its sentry is always on duty. This guard is the part of him that is always analyzing, planning, protecting, and performing. It's the part that is listening, even when he's with you, for the next thing he has to do. This sentry doesn't live in his thoughts. It lives in the delicate, highly tuned space just behind his ear. This area is a major hub for the vagus nerve, the body's superhighway for safety and connection. It is the watchtower, unconsciously scanning his environment for threats. When you approach this space, you don't do it with raw passion, you do it with stillness. A soft breath, the brush of your lips, a gentle kiss, it is not a come on, it is a shhh. You are not signaling to his ego or his libido, you are signaling to his primal reptilian brain. You are whispering in a language older than words, you are safe. The battle is over, you can rest the guard. You will feel the shift. It's unmistakable. The tension in his shoulders will release. He will exhale a deep, involuntary sigh he didn't even know he was holding. His eyes might close. In that instant, the performer has left the room, and the man has just shown up. Jung would say you have bypassed the persona, the social mask he wears for the world, and made contact with the authentic self. This isn't seduction, this is disarming. It is the first key. You have quieted the analytical mind, the part of him that resists. And once the mind is still, you have finally earned the right to speak to his heart. 2. The rhythm of beings. Now look at his hands. These are the tools he uses to build, to fix, to fight, to do. They are his primary way of interacting with the world. They are his resume, his proof of competence, his strength. But follow that hand back, past the knuckles, past the bones, to the inside of his wrist. What is there? Not strength, not performance, just a soft, thin layer of skin. And beneath it, the quiet, steady, vulnerable drumbeat of his pulse. This is not the rhythm of his doing, this is the rhythm of his being. A man is almost never touched here with tenderness. It is a place of profound vulnerability. When you gently trace your fingers along this path, or place a quiet, reverent kiss there, you are doing something he has rarely, if ever, experienced. You are communicating, I see you. I see the life in you, not just the man who fixes the sink or pays the bills or manages the team. I see the simple, fragile human life that animates you. In a world that only rewards his action, this gesture is a form of radical healing. It honors his existence, not his function. He cannot conquer this moment, he cannot perform it, he can only receive it. This is the essence of what Jung called the anima, the repressed feminine archetype within the male psyche. You are not making him soft, you are reminding his soul of its own capacity for receptivity, for stillness, for simply being. You have moved from his mind, the ear, to his life force, the wrist. You have shown him that you are not there to take, you are there to witness. And for a man, to be witnessed without judgment is to be loved. 3. The anchor of surrender. The first gateway quieted his mind. The second honored his being. This third gateway is where you give him permission to finally truly let go. It is the small of his back. This is his center of gravity. It is the pillar that holds him upright all day. It is the symbolic, physical anchor for all the invisible weight he carries. Think about it. Where does he store the pressure to provide? The stress of performing, the unspoken fear of failure, the exhaustion of constantly being on. It all settles here in the base of his spine. This is the root of his armor. This is where he holds himself together. This is why a touch here is the most transformative of all. When you place your hand here, not to grab, not to pull, not to possess, but to simply rest it, to offer support, to be a source of grounding warmth, the message is electric. It bypasses his brain, it bypasses his heart, it hits his very foundation. Your touch in that single spot says, I am here, I can take some of the weight, you don't have to hold it all, you don't have to do it all alone, you can let go. This is the definition of surrender. It is not about him giving in to you. It is about him finally giving up the exhausting, internal fight within himself. This is the moment he stops leading and allows himself to be held. The protector archetype finally gets to be protected. A man who feels this from you, who feels that you are not another person he must perform for, but a sanctuary he can rest in, has found the rarest thing on earth. He will stop seeing you as someone he wants and start seeing you as someone he needs on a soul level. This is the loyalty and devotion that passion alone can never, ever buy. A conclusion. So you see, the ear, the wrist, the lower back, they are not magic buttons. They are a map to his hidden self, to the parts of him that are locked away. They are the places where his unconscious mind is waiting, asking for permission to be whole. Carl Jung taught that true intimacy is an alchemical process. It doesn't just feel good, it changes both people. When you learn to touch with presence instead of just performance. When you kiss to listen, not just to speak. When you see the man behind the armor. You are no longer just two people, you are two souls in a sacred, silent dialogue. You are reminding him of the parts of himself he's been taught to forget. And in doing so, he sees his whole, true self reflected in you. This is the secret. A kiss that truly melts him isn't a kiss on the lips at all. It's a message delivered directly to his soul that says, you are safe, you are seen, you can finally come home. If this reflection resonated with you, I invite you to share your own thoughts in the comments. What is one way you've experienced this kind of presence in your own life? Thank you for being here today.